So this is a brief overview of the two standard units that we sell a lot of, and kind of gives you a comparison if you're in the market for a machine. So I just want to go over some of the features and benefits of a machine like this Roverpac 6030. So the main benefit is the low shipping height. So this ships under 8 feet, meaning you don't have to have a you can unload it from a dock. You can load it on a dry van without having to flip it up. Other brands, usually they're 103 inches or even taller. This one, when the cylinder's down, it's about 98 inches. So that cylinder comes down. One thing, while we're up at the cylinder, you can see that valve there. That's called a counterbalance valve. The benefit of that is as machines age, one of the nuisances of these vertical balers is the hydraulic seals. Well, you'll still get full compression. They wear over time, and you'll get slight drift when the platen is just up in the air. So you might come back after a couple hours and this platen's sunk a bit. Now what that counterbalance valve does is after 10-15 years of use, it's not fully relying on the seals, it's relying on a hydraulic valve to unlock either end of the cylinder. So you aren't going to get prone, the platen's not going to be prone to drifting as the hydraulic seals wear. The other benefit is you have UHMW guide shoes. So some balers, they don't have this pocket in here, and what that does, you can get your platen shifting. This one, not only does it have UHMW wipers here, you can see up at the top right here, there's the replaceable guide blocks. So that's something to monitor. As you load these balers, you're going to get some slight unevenness, and those keep the platen in line from putting strain on the hydraulic cylinder. Another good benefit to these balers is right over here. So you have a hydraulic clean out. So again, years and years later, once your oil gets old, one of the preventative maintenances is opening this tank up, cleaning it out. But that's going to be delayed because unique to this model brand as well is it's got an external hydraulic oil filter. So not only is there a way to change this, sometimes they're internal on the tanks, but this Roverpac, it's external. So you can change that, and that's one of the main points of failure on machines with hydraulic systems is contamination. Changing that, being on top of that, is a big thing. It's hard to see, but right above here, if you come in over top of this guard, there is a hydraulic gauge in here. So one of the main tests when you start losing bale weights, maybe over time, one of the big things you can check is confirming that you're going to reach proper pressure. Okay, so that's a big advantage. The other thing here is you have your hydraulic motor mounted low, and the benefit, if we look in this area, is you see there's tubing right here, and what that is, it allows forks to get in there, so you can unload this in the dry van with a pump truck. Okay, sometimes it's best to have two pump trucks on either. Sometimes it's best to have two pump trucks on either side, but that's a key feature, right? I've even seen some of these machines where you have a hydraulic tank mounted like this, and there is no ball valve here. So if you were ever to change your pump, you have to drain your hydraulic oil. You can see there's a ball valve here, so that's a great benefit there. Okay, when you come around the back, you can see there's one chain point. Now the benefit of that is when it comes down, it's going to automatically release, and that's key, because there are some where if you don't manually release it, it will damage the baler. Okay, so inside this electrical panel, and again, it's unique to Roverpac, you have this PLC. So if you can see the cycles, you can see the bale maids, and the bale maids are figured out by bale eject sequences. Okay, that is when it reaches full pressure and it ejects. And not a lot of machines, I can't think of one, has this ready to use. And you can see, actually even right here, the hours on the pump. So this is a great little PLC here for tracking machine life. So, and another added feature, it's hard to tell, but an experienced fabricator would see this. These are formed channels. Okay, usually if you're going to get a structural seal channel, the web is thicker than your cross member here. So this would be your web. And what ends up happening is this ends up getting deformed, but this is equal around the whole side of this channel. And when you look inside here, you can see it's stitch welded, but it's also got locking tabs. Okay, so what that does is it automatically fits this up, so you don't have any misalignment when you're fitting this up. But that's an added strength. It's like locking a fabricated piece together with interlocking tabs. So okay, so right here. So if you look really closely, this has an interlocking segment in here as well as the ones in off the edge. So what this does is it makes it a very precise fit up, but it also adds in strength underneath the platen. So the other benefit of having this the cross members like that is you can, when we go to install these machines, one of the main restrictions are some other brands are over 5,000 pounds, and this couldn't be picked up with a 5,000 pound forklift. It'd be very on the edge, right? But the nice thing is if you're unloading it from a dock, you just need to barely pick it up and you can skate it right across the ground. So when you go, you don't need to lift it off of a flatbed trailer or a lowboy or a step deck like we normally do, where you need an 8,000 or a 10,000 pound forklift. So the benefit is a lower cost of installation for these machines. Another thing is these things come with, these machines come standard with a bale-made light. So that's part of the sequence. When it reaches full pressure at a timed interval, then the baler will stop. Some machines, lesser value to the customer, have a manual indicator where this is a nice addition, and that's part of the PLC looking for that pump and pressure relief to fully pressurize in the transducer, and this will turn on, so it gives you consistent bales. Another thing here is the amount of dogs. Okay, so every bale is going to get spring back. So as your cardboard or your plastic's compressing, your product's going to naturally spring back open. But these are nice because as it pushes the cardboard or plastic through here, it doesn't retract quite as much, having this many dogs in there. It should be added that there's a lot of safety sensors. So this is the safety sensor, making sure you can't run this with the door open, with this door open. And as this machine's made in Quebec, they have a long history with extremely skilled fabricators and designers in the metal industry. So it's a great option sourcing domestically. So going over to this one, this is the 2420 Roverpac Stockroom baler. The benefit of something like this would be a small source baler. Now, what that means is you're maybe not interested so much as the high volume rebate like a mill-size bale would produce, but it would definitely save a lot of time breaking down smaller boxes, right? So you put this right at the source, let's say at your front desk, where your boxes are coming in, they're getting sorted. Let's say you're taking the items out, you throw them right directly into this. This requires no electrical, it's just got a 15 amp 120 volt plug on here, so it's ready to go as long as your circuit can handle. This is 11 full load amps, so as long as your circuit can handle that, this is 120 volt single phase, 11 full load amps. Now this is a nice compact machine. Again, it ships fully assembled, ready to go. You have your bale-made light, reset overload, up, cycle start. But going back inside here as well, you have your hours on your pump, your cycles, and your bales made, okay? So again, a great way to keep track of the usage. This machine doesn't use wire. You can use whatever you want. You could use wire if you want, but this banding works well as well, and it comes with this stick to fish the banding through. But it's a nice compact machine, ships on a dry van. Again, you have the fork pockets over here. So you have your fork pockets that come in, and you can load this up. And it's actually even too, some machines, some of these small stockroom balers don't come with a eject arm. You have to have a little cart, and sometimes it goes missing. So this is kind of nice. On the back side, we have our pressure gauge as well, tank that's vented. And yeah, it's a nice compact unit, right? So reach out to Carr Industrial if you have any other questions or comments, or you have unique recycling needs that we can help you with.